Hello and welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Thursday, December 7th, 2017. Disclaimer quickly, trading stocks is a high level of risk and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice, not making any recommendations, always for your further homework. Good morning, Sue here with video number 304 in our regular Thursday morning video series. We've had a bit of a soft week so far, and I'm filming this at about 7 a.m. on Thursday morning. The futures are hard to call. They kind of are fluctuating right now between red and green. So we'll see where the day brings us. But with that, let's get into today's video. If you're a regular viewer, then you well know I always start these videos off with a look at the Russell Index. I use the Russell as my simple proxy for the markets overall because A, I want to keep these videos short, under 10 minutes, and B, I deem the Russell to be perhaps the most interest rate sensitive of the indexes. And so it might be my early canary in the coal mine index. As long as the Russell is moving higher, I'm fine adding new names to my watch list. But when it is moving lower, I'm just sitting tight and being extra cautious. So with that, let's get into today's look. We use the IWM, which is the ETF that represents the Russell 2000, and I like to step back and take a look at it on a 5-year monthly time frame. I like that bigger picture look. So we've been keeping an eye on this big wedge pattern that's been taking place on the Russell all year. As a reminder, the blue line is long-term support resistance. We're kind of ignoring it for now. These are monthly candles, and you can see that this black diagonal line up here has been keeping price in from the very beginning of the year. Price could not get up and over this black diagonal line until September, where we had this nice bullish candle, big open candle expressing bullishness, pushing us up and over that black diagonal line. And then October, we had a little doji sitting right on top of our area of support. And November pushed us up and over. So we had a nice long wick defending our black diagonal line, and look where we are right here so far for the month of December. So let's get into this area on the smaller time frame. I'm going to move it away from the 5-year monthly to the 1-year weekly. So we can see that same orange line down here of support on the wedge. The black diagonal line, it's the same one. And you can see last week we had this candle that had a wick at the top and a wick at the bottom, so a little bit of an undecided candle. And here we are so far this week, bringing us right back down into this area of support. It's going to be interesting to see how price behaves when it gets there. I'm going to move it away from the weekly to the daily. I'll choose 6 months. We drew this purple line in one of our prior videos saying, look, if the uptrend is going to continue on the Russell, it's going to have to get through this purple line. So I'm just using it as my simple guide. So we're coming right down into the apex of a wedge where price on the Russell is going to be coming into this area where it hits prior support, this black diagonal line, and the apex of this purple wedge line here. So we'll see what price does when it gets there. So I use this blue line as my guide, which is the 8-day EMA. When price on the Russell is up and over the 8-day EMA on the daily in an uptrend, I'm adding names to my watch list. But you can see that price on the Russell is currently below the below the blue line, I should say. So we're not going to add any new names, but because we're coming into this area that may offer some support, I'm going to run through a couple of old Chart of the Day Cafe featured charts that I think look interesting in this area. So should the Russell Index hit that black diagonal line and start to bounce and resume the uptrend, here are 3 past Chart of the Day Cafe picks that I think look interesting here. The first one is AVGO Broadcom, which had a nice candle yesterday. You know me at Chart of the Day Cafe, it's all about price being up and over the blue 8-day EMA. So I want to see this kind of a look for it to trigger. And I'm all about the fundamentals underneath the chart. So just to review, this morning AVGO has a brilliant, really high value score, a forecasted earnings growth rate of 28%, and a current dividend yield of 1.55%. As a reminder, we put AVGO forward Where's the blues? I always have my, maybe it was longer than that. Here, back here in May of 2016. So Green Circle Day was when we profiled AVGO as one to watch, and it's had a beautiful run since then, and it's coming into an area where it may start to get interesting again. The next one is THO Industries, ticker symbol THO, which we put forward back here in the middle of 2017. It sort of went flat for a while. We're looking at the weekly chart as a reminder. And then it just took off, and it's had a beautiful, beautiful run since then. I reiterated THO here, Green Circle Day. It had a beautiful run, and it's now had this volume behind it here last week, and is sitting at an interesting area. So I'm going to pull it from the 2-year weekly to the 6-month daily. So you can see the gap higher, and it's up and over the blue. Should it start to move forward from here and get a nice bullish candle, THO Industries looks interesting. And the scores on it this morning, very nice high value score, current forecasted earnings growth rate of 21%, and a dividend yield of 1%. That's the second one, and the third one is going to be Facebook, which we featured back here in the middle of in the June area. We're looking at the daily chart. So highlighted Facebook here. I highlighted Facebook here to viewers. I highlighted Facebook here, and I'm going to highlight it again here. Should the market, it's bouncing off my trend line here, and it looks like it wants to move up and over this orange line of support. I'm going to zoom it into the 6-month chart so you can better see. So it's all about price being up and over the blue for me, but it looks as though it may want to do that. And the scores on Facebook this morning, really nice high value score, forecasted earnings growth rate of 21%, and it does not pay a dividend. So those are 3 to watch. With that, I'll leave you. Our next video goes out on Tuesday next week. Have a great weekend, and thanks for watching.